The government is not your parents, it's not your bank account, and it's not your contingency plan. And I hope this is a wake-up call for all those people who still might trust the government. Kristen Tate, columnist at Boston Herald, and Seamus Bruner, director of research and the Government Accountability Institute. All right, so Kristen, I fancy you a fellow libertarian here. Too many people have too much faith in the government, and there's no reason to.
Of course, I agree with everything you said in your monologue, Carl. I mean, California was blessed with the most beautiful geography in this country. I mean, it is just stunning. And yet the Democrats in charge of it have managed to turn it into an absolute hellscape. I wrote a book a few years ago called The Liberal Invasion of Red State America. It was about people leaving California for red states like Texas. And this major fire caused by the incompetence at the top of California will only speed up that trend. I'm getting texts and calls from my friends who live there. I have a very good friend who lives in the Palisades, and they're telling me they're moving to Texas. They don't have the money to rebuild. And California leaders, they knew this was coming, and yet Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, they chose distractions and virtue signaling over protecting their own citizens. Gavin Newsom, to appease the environmentalists, he had the dams removed. There was no water now to fight these fires. Karen Bass was over in Ghana in Africa, and she knew this was likely to happen. They were getting warnings about this, and she slashed the fire department's budget by $20 million previously. These people are buffoons. Gavin Newsom's career is done. And I think we're going to see a lot of Democrats in California and across the country now starting to say, hey, you know what? I might not love Donald Trump, but the Republicans have some right ideas here. The Democrats destroy everything
and when they go to this Texas or Tennessee or wherever they go, they should leave their stupid policies there. But Seamus, the other thing, too, is, you know, I don't trust the government because I think they're largely incompetent. But sometimes there is some, cattywampus afoot in their planning. And Newsom basically came out and said something very suspicious about land grabbing. Roll it.
We're dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
Maybe a smart city?
Yeah, I mean, I was outraged when I saw this. It's kind of hard to tell. Is he talking about moving forward with faster land grabs? And that's the thing, whether it's a misspeaking or if he actually means it, you can't tell with these people. I mean, Gavin Newsom is the type of person who never lets a crisis go to waste. This could be a huge opportunity to bring in more money. And this is what he's done time and again, is serve the interests of his donors, not of his constituents.
Yeah. But, Kristen, in the same line, Newsom used this as a chance to launch his new campaign website. I was baffled.
Oh, it's done for him, though. I just don't see how there's any coming back from this. I'm hearing from very committed Democrats that they are disgusted by his response to this, especially because everyone has known that this was likely going to happen. The state got a ton of rain last year, which created a lot of vegetation growth, followed by a drought. So you just have mass tinder boxes of vegetation there, and then you throw in these intense winds. And what's Gavin Newsom's response? As thousands of his citizens are being evacuated, many have died, so many have lost their homes. What's his response? To shrug, to kind of say, oh, this is the responsibility of the locals, to launch his campaign and to just say this is a communication issue. No, it's an issue with your governance, Gavin Newsom.
But Seamus, the head of water allocation there gets paid $750,000. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's grotesque, Carl. This is, over $1 million just between the governor, the mayor, and the water chief in salaries every year. And they failed at every level. And I think that this has to be the final nail in the coffin for DEI, because you look at that fire department and it's just out of control. None of these people were competent, and it shows.
Yeah, no, it does. You wish you could just have said, I told you so before all this tragedy. But Kristen Tate, Seamus Bruner, always a pleasure.